Hi, everybody. Hi. How are you guys doing? Ballroom. Raven. Hi, everybody. Okay. So. We are going to be looking at some YouTube videos today. We are going to be looking at some spiced ham scary videos. We got Casual Geographic, and we got I Did a Thing. So hopefully, you guys enjoy this. So this is just something new that I'm trying. This isn't going to be a weekly Monday thing. I can tell you that for sure. But if you guys do like it, then we can try to set it up somewhere on the schedule to where we can just have a react day. You know? Just have a little bit of fun. Okay, so I'm gonna move myself over here, and we're gonna start with I Did a Thing. And this is I made a laser hairdresser that cut off my head. I'm intrigued. just to say the least. So, here we go.
It's too long, and no matter what I do, no one can help me. How you going? My hair is too long, and no matter what I do, no one can help me.
Did he get more hair? Not the fro.
But I don't think hairdressers are the problem. It's scissors, which we've been using since the dawn of time, but they just don't work. So today, I'm going to see if I can turn this laser welder, which can cut through steel, into a hair-cutting robot.
Bro sat down in a GTA hair chair. I did a thing.
Okay, the first thing I need to make is this letter addressed to your mother. Then once I sent that off, I need to figure out how to fix the main issue with using this laser. It kind of hurts your eyes, as I demonstrate with these pool balls, which are actually the closest analog to human eyes.
Oh.
So I need to make something to protect my face, and I think I want to make a full metal face shield. But first, to do that, I need to get the laser up and running to cut the metal into the shape I want. So I bought this CNC gantry thing that is meant to be easy to put together. Then once I had done that, I took it apart again. Not because I put all the pieces upside down and it doesn't work, but because it was so much fun to make. Okay, now I need to attach the laser somehow, and I'm thinking I just hold it on.
Me too. Like, I would totally do all of that again. Hi, Nox. It kinda hurts your eyes. Only kind of? Like, excuse me? Yeah, exactly. Like, what? Only kind of? I just ran a story the other day on a different website where uh just like what? A student stared at just like a normal laser pointer pen and damaged their cornea in school. And now he's got the industrial laser that's gonna be going around his head? What? Pardon moi?
On the end here. And would you believe that this pipe that I got out of my dead dad's shed perfectly fits the laser. Well, it doesn't. I had to bore out the center
Okay.
on the lathe. And also,
Wait.
it's not even his pipe. His is over there.
Wait. So he's not even dead?
So then I just welded my dad's pipe to this square tube, which after I
Definitely gives Final Destination vibes.
at the moment, the laser
Definitely.
is by this trigger, but obviously I don't want to be pressing the trigger like this.
Oh no!
So I
Oh
used this
no!
clicky trigger
Oh,
thing. And this was actually really hard to
that-
do. I couldn't get it online, but lucky for me, my dearly departed friend Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, peace be upon him,
to my CIA agent, nobody was hurt.
and then just soldered it onto these metal plates, which should work. Okay, now I'm going to give it a test with this random line that I drew. That was only on like 1% power, and it cut like a third of the way through my table. And this is
What?
great, besides the crazy amount of smoke it produces.
Guys, that's a... Cut a third of a way through his table on 1% power. Ah. He's banking on hopes and dreams. He's banking. Sister Sheep, welcome. This man is hoping that whatever safety means he puts up, like the metal faceplate that he said that he's going to add, is going to save him. Not only does he want to see God, he wants to get isekai'd. At this point, he might as well be running towards Truck-kun. Okay.
So I need to deal with that first, as it's going to be a lot worse when it's burning hair. Okay, I have this fan, which when I stole it from the marijuana grow house,
Wait, what?
ducts strapped to either end. But I never think ahead, and I cut them off, so I have to add them back on. So I got this empty pot plant and cut a hole in the bottom to avoid buying a $20 adapter duct, and then taped it on. And now I have this duct, which works perfectly. Okay, now let's cut out the face shield. And I haven't really worked out how to focus the laser, and it kind of seems inconsistent. Sometimes it cuts nice thin lines, and then other times it does this. And the smoke on the lens probably doesn't help, but I also think it's because it has a very strict focus.
Did he just trace his head
And I haven't really worked out how
like he's doing a hand turkey?
consistent. Sometimes it cuts nice thin lines, and then other times it does this. And the smoke on the lens probably doesn't help, but I also think
Ooh. I fear for this man. I fear for him. Our Batman who art in Gotham protect this man. This seems like me with an engineering degree. Like, doing stupid shit.
because it has a very strict focus distance. Because when I take out the focusing lens, I can set my walls on fire from like 10 meters away.
What?
And can also pop this kid's ball from 20 meters away. And even better, shoot this passenger plane down from 200 meters away.
Not the plane! Shit, it's going down like an Alaskan airline.
So for now, I'm just going to take the lens out. And I've changed my mind. It's too stressful to use and it hurts my feet. So I just use the trusty grinder. And I don't know why I traced around these holes here, but I want to weld some metal over them. And here's a hot tip. Don't put your ventilator down on hot steel.
Chat, this is why I shouldn't have an engineering degree.
And receive a haircut. So I need to tilt it vertically. So I destroyed my garage door rail by drilling into it, which didn't even work. So I just attached it to my bench, but forgot that the motors aren't strong enough to move the cutting head when upright. Whoa, it moves.
Oh no.
Oh my god. So I attached a counterweight to my roof. I didn't tell her to do that. Okay, I'm getting closer to cutting my hair, but at the moment my hair is too close to my head, and the hairdressers get around this problem by using revolutionary technology called hands, which I...
No. Not the industry-leading change in hair technician hands. Ah, this man, he is looking for a date with death. He is Deadpool and Thanos competing over Death's affection. Oh Lord. Ah. Can I just say he needs the haircut though? I'm not a big fan of like the rat tail mullet on him. Like, maybe that's just me though. But I mean, he obviously knows where a barber is. Look, I get trying to save money. Haircuts do cost a lot of money sometimes. So, I get trying to save the money. But, that being said, you could probably do better with just your hands and some scissors. But, goddamn. If you're gonna go all out, go all out. Look me in the eye and tell me he's saving money on this project. Look, maybe for the rest of his life, but that may be a very short life. I mean, he could just be using tools that are around his garage. Like the CNC mill machine, the laser cutter. Like, he could have already had all this. The only thing we know that he had to get afterwards was the plant pot. We know that he's not. This is not an instructional video for anybody to go out and go do this at home. Please do not try this at home. Please, please, for the love of God, do not try this at home. But oh God.
I have as well, but I don't want to cut them off. So I had the wild idea to build a Vandergraph. Which in English translates to Vandergraph. And this big ball can produce upwards of 400,000 volts.
In English, translate to
More
Vandergraph.
importantly, makes your hair stick up, and also anything else with hair on it. So I got a big pipe, some bowls from IKEA, and some nylon bar. And all of this would cost you around $50, and that's if you pay for it. And finally, your mum responded to my letter and sent me some of her used pantyhose.
What? Not your mom. Wait, the sniffing? Wait, his hair is cut. Not the dead dad!
Which is the last thing I need for this build. So I cut some holes and chucked in the rollers, then sewed the pantyhose around them, and then attempted to cut a hole in the bottom of the IKEA bowl. So after blinding myself with the laser, I just used the belt sander. Then I just made some copper brushes, which sit just below and above the pantyhose.
Right?
Drill to spin it. Now I don't really understand how this works, but it's something like
Ah.
comes out of the earth through these copper brushes and then go along the pantyhose and into the ball for some reason. But mine isn't working, and I think it's because your mum's pantyhose is really large and straight.
Ah.
to the edges. So I made a new nylon roller and tried that. And I tried for a couple of days, essentially changing every possible thing about the setup, like the brushes, roller, pantyhose, and even myself. Yeah, it's still not working. But it still didn't work. The biggest spark I got was no bigger than when you rub your feet on the carpet. Which leaves me with one last thing to change, the ball on top. So I took this metal ball off the Vandergraaf I already had and tried that. And look at that, my homemade Vandergraaf works amazingly. I get massive sparks, and most importantly, it makes hair do this creepy, spider-like dance.
Me too. Kill it with fire!
Some of you may think that I just cut a slot in a PVC tube and then slipped it around the outside and then placed the store-bought Vandergraaf in a cardboard box because I was embarrassed that I couldn't make one and wanted it to appear like I'm good at making things. But no, I didn't do that. Okay, I'm done. But before I cut my hair, I asked you guys on Twitter and Instagram to send me photos of yourself if you need a haircut. And I picked not because he really needs a haircut, but just because I've never seen someone this orange before, and I just really wanted you to stare at his face. Okay, I just put his head in.
Never seen somebody that orange before. Does he not pay attention to world news? Just saying. That isn't even orange.
Into the software and then drew where I want the laser to cut, and then gave it a test run. But before I set his head on fire, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Odoo. Cutting your hair with a laser is complicated, and it would have been much easier if I used Odoo, an all-in-one management software that provides entrepreneurs like me with a range of applications to simplify the day-to-day management of their business, including invoicing, accounting, project management, website creation, and more. Odoo keeps pace with your evolution, allowing you to add additional applications as you grow and your needs change. Let's say you guys need to pay some stuntmen to set you on fire.
Ads.
It takes a few seconds to create your first.
Guys, definitely go check this guy's
products or services
sponsors because I'm using him for content at the moment.
Once I'm done, I can just send it to the client directly over email. Odoo simplifies tracking your finances and efficiently manages your invoicing processes automatically. You can track the status and see which invoice.
Like, if you can use this stuff,
Odoo's
maybe check it out.
Is a powerful tool for efficiently managing invoicing processes, offering great flexibility and advanced automation. So go to my link in the description and get your first Odoo application free for life. All right, back to the laser cutting. First test with subscribers.
Okay. What? Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh!
Okay.
Well, they no longer have a brain. Or a face.
Mostly I just burnt his face off and destroyed my ventilation fan.
That's why it stopped working.
But even worse than that, the gases produced by the laser on the plastic hair smell really bad. So bad that I wouldn't be surprised if the gases were responsible for the deaths of 80% of people killed by chemical warfare in World War II.
I mean, he cut the hair.
Gas and other deadly gases. So that's the last time I use any of your hair, which means I'm up. And while setting up the Vandergraaf and face shield, I realized another problem. I'm going to be positively charged, and I have the metal face shield in front of me, which means I'm probably going to have arcs shooting out of my nose and shocking me while I have the laser passing centimeters away from my face. So before I cut my hair, I'm going to try it first with real hair extensions to see if the Vandergraaf will make it stand up.
I mean,
And that works really well.
Looks like
the
it
laser is
works.
cutting the hair. But really weird stuff is happening as well. Bits of hair were flying across the room and sticking to me, flying in my mouth, and then sticking to the backstop, which is kind of annoying. But that means I can't stop delaying it. I need to get in front of it. And luckily, I've got safety coordinator Alexa.
What the? It is like flaming explosion right on this. Yeah, it's it. I feel like God. Usually takes like 30 seconds.
Oh, and now we got the rat tail mullet back.
Like you're enjoying
Is he just adding hair extensions to cut them?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I mean,
oh, that was cool.
So the Van de Graaff doesn't get my hair sticking up, probably because I'm surrounded by metal objects which are sucking the positive charge out of my head. So I'm just going to stick my hair in the vacuum duct. So just click play and then, can you see a red dot behind me?
Yeah, yeah.
Just tell me where that red dot goes. I'm going to close my eyes. Okay.
Oh no!
It's strafing your forehead. You call me downstairs to help you film this thing. I'm like, oh, don't worry, it'll be dangerous. Like, no. I've set up this whole mechanism.
But does that mean my head is above the face shield? Do a test run with this.
Okay, just no laser.
No lace, don't have your finger on the bottom, just click play and tell me if it hits the hair and not my head.
Like, look,
It's
not the furthest point.
not only is he going to go see God, he is...
Centimeters.
Oh.
I'd say be about this far.
Okay.
This is not just a no, but a hell nah.
Stop and click home.
To the nah.
To click enable on the front of the lace machine.
Ah.
You alright, light came on?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, come back. Okay.
I don't have to tell you that every time it stops on home, it stops on a slightly different spot to where the laser shot was.
Don't tell me that. And then Alexa, if
I
my
don't
head
even
touches
want to
fire,
think about that laser going through his forehead. Like,
Okay.
this is one of those times where I'm like, yeah, no, this shit too dangerous, fam. I'm out.
Ready.
Yep.
Like,
Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Wow.
oh, his fucking hair's on fire.
Is it working?
Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
Is my hair on fire?
It was, but now it's not.
Oh no, I'm just gonna get more cold.
No, you're fine, I'll tell you. It was only on fire for a little bit. Okay. Your hair's on fire. It was alright.
Wait,
The actual, I could feel the heat.
those were extensions.
It's hot. It stinks. It's hot.
He's got a bald spot.
You like fry a tuck.
Wait, what?
You got a hole.
I got a hole.
Oh.
He Friar tucked himself.
When I got a hole.
You got a hole.
No.
Wait.
Wait, is it bad?
No, it's not that bad.
Oh,
It
it's like
does
a
actually
chunk.
hurt a little bit.
Wait,
I burnt the top of my head. Yeah, it hurts. I mean, at least it wasn't the laser that hit me.
exactly. It's science. It works. It cuts your actual hair. You got it. Look at that. It's a straight cut. You just gotta.
But look at that up there. And there we go. My laser machine works flawlessly. And if any of you want a haircut, just come over to my house.
I don't
You
know.
have to ask
Like,
your mum for my address, though.
see, the laser didn't actually hit his actual hair. It hit his hair extensions. And the fire started going down onto his head. So, maybe the hair on his head is actually going to come back, but, if the laser had actually hit it, I don't know. Like, laser hair removal is a thing. So, goddamn. Okay. Well, that was the first I did a thing video. Let's jump over somewhere else. Let's go to Casual Geographic. Okay. And this is the truly terrifying truth about chimps. You know, I love me a good primate. All right. Animal fact time.
One of the world's scariest animals just got a whole lot scarier. And Planet of the Apes is slowly becoming non-fiction.
Wait, what?
Because apparently chimpanzees are out here murking gorillas.
What?
Scientists in 2021 witnessed a troop of chimpanzees basically jumping a family of gorillas. And when I say gang, we're talking about almost 30 chimps pressing a family of 5. Keep in mind a silverback can weigh up to 400 pounds.
Did he just say a gang of 30 jumping a family of 5? 30 chimps jumping 5 silverbacks. And the chimps won? That's a wee bit scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Could probably bench press your car. And according to witnesses, the silverback was eating chimps left and right like they were paper mache. But eventually the chimps overwhelmed the bigger silverback and even kidnapped a baby gorilla. I'm not going to tell you exactly what they did, but that family of 5 became a party of 4. And it wasn't even the last time. Because later that year, scientists watched the same group of chimpanzees do the same exact thing.
What?
They were up with a family of gorillas, kidnapped a baby, and erased its name from the gorilla's census.
Oh.
And it's not like we didn't know chimps were about that. They often hunt bush babies and vervet monkeys, and we've even seen them use weapons like spears to do it. But it's one thing to hunt something that weighs like 5 Skittles. Going gorillas is another tier of Black Air Force activity. Which is why I'd rather be locked in a room with a jaguar than a chimp.
Yeah.
At least a jaguar gonna make it quick. That's exactly right. Chimpanzees have been known to hunt using spears, and the way they do it is not pretty. So what you gotta remember is these sociopaths share about 98% of their DNA with us, and they have more in common with humans than just thumbs. They're part of the special class of animals that can create and use tools, and chimps are probably the best at it. They'll take twigs, stick them in mounds, and literally go fishing for termites. They'll use stones as hammers to crack open nuts, and it's actually a lot harder than it looks. They'll use leaves as sponges to drink water, sticks to steal honey from bees. Some have even been seen making and using stone flakes, which are really close to what early humans used to make back in the day. But yeah, chimps also use spears by breaking off a stick, sharpening one end with their teeth, and then shoving it into the hollow part of a tree trunk.
Okay.
Because they know that's where bush babies sleep. Scientists watched them stab bush babies and force them out of their hiding spot in trees, where they proceeded to tear them apart and eat them alive. So they don't actually yeet the spear the way they're definitely too smart for everyone else's good. Also, fun fact, out of all the animals I've talked about, a chimp was probably the closest to ending my entire way of life. But that's a story for another video. Alright, so here's a story of how a chimpanzee nearly ended my entire way of life.
Chimp? Imagine them using bows and arrows. Hell no. No. No, no, no. 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 You already freaked me out with the Planet of the Rise of the Planet of the Apes becoming less and less nonfiction. Ads start in 2:46. Okay. Once we go to ads, I will pause for anybody who is not subscribed, because we do. Thank you, by the way, Fall. Because we actually, for once, have people that are not subscribed here. That's huge.
Of life. So this was in Senegal, that little country right there. I was visiting for a couple months, and me and some family decided to go to a zoo that, looking back, was way too rundown to be called an actual zoo. The only thing separating the chimps from the general public were prison bars that were wide enough to stick your hand through. And before you even think it, no, I did not stick my hand into the chimp cage. I was 7, but I wasn't stupid. Now, if you wanted to see stupid, you'd have to look at the people around us. But some of them thought it'd be funny to throw things inside the chimp enclosure.
Oh no!
But I guess to scare it. Either way, nobody in that zoo was winning an award. Especially when someone started tossing rocks in there. Yeah, let the stupidity marinate. I just remember watching the chimpanzee just sit there and take it. until the people ran out of rocks. It wasn't until the chimpanzees started picking the rocks up that the people realized just what they did. They just gave an animal with thumbs and no regard for anything human ammo. So yeah, as you'd expect, the chimp started fastballing the stones back at the crowd, and all we could do was run and take cover. And I vividly remember crouching behind a bench, and when I got up, a rock flew past not more than 4 inches past my right eye. I was really just bad luck away from either doing this video with a glass eye or not doing this video at all. Look, you can say size matters all you want, but 4 inches made a difference that day. This picture might look cute, but it's actually one of the most disturbing things you'll ever see. I'm about to tell you one of the most messed up stories you've never heard of. So this guy, Dr. Kellogg, had the question I'm sure all of us have had at least once.
I never underestimate
a human without teaching it a language.
Any animal? Wait, did he say Dr. Kellogg?
The most messed up stories you've never heard of. So this guy, Dr. Kellogg, had the question I'm sure all of us have had at least once. What would happen if you raised a human without teaching it a language or having it around any other humans? Like a native
like any relation to the cornflakes doctor that thought that it was an anti-masturbatory? I'm just curious on this. Alright, we have ads in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so while we're waiting for ads to finish up, I think we got 3 minutes on there. I think I've been scared of chimps and monkeys since I heard that one lady who had one. Yeah. When Knox gets back from ad breaks, I'll go more into it. But yeah, that lady lost her face. Like, it tore her face off. Like, full on off. Okay, so we got 2 minutes, 52 seconds left on the ad there. Take this time, get you guys some hydration fuel. All right. We got about 2 minutes left. Oh. You guys can see me chew on fucking gushes. Like, I just realized that my mouth still moves when it's closed. So, like, so you guys can see me chew on the gushes. All right. We got 45 seconds left. I love me some Gushers, though. They're like my favorite, like, gummy snack. Like, I know it's only fruit flavored, but still, I love me some Gushers. What's the angel dust supposed to mean, Fall? We got about 10 seconds left. Is Angel chewing? All right. Welcome back from the ads. So, yeah, Nox, that lady had a whole face torn off by that chimpanzee. Oh, eating popcorn. Okay. You guys can still see me chewing on that. Gushes. Okay. Like, as soon as I heard Face Off, like a John Travolta movie, Face Off, yeah, no. Chimps immediately started scaring me.
Nature versus nurture kind of thing. It's one thing to think it, it's another to be on CPS's watch list. So this guy had a human son, Donald, that he raised with a female chimpanzee he adopted named Gua. So he treated 10-month-old Donald and 7-month-old Gua the same in ways that would have had CPS, PETA, and the Geneva Convention pulling up. The experiment was weird. He would tap on both of their heads with a spoon just to hear the differences in the sound of their skulls. He would purposely make loud noises and provoke them just to see who would react first. At one point, he even spun Donald around on a high chair until he started crying. It got really dark really fast, especially when the human Donald started acting like his surrogate chimp sister, walking on all fours, being overly aggressive, and even biting people. It's a shame the Pikachu meme didn't exist back then. Donald would bark like Gua when he wanted food and refused to walk on 2 feet even though he could. Eventually, the man who somehow graduated with a doctorate in psychology from Columbia realized that he was ruining his son. So he called the experiment off. The chimpanzee that they treated like a daughter and was part of their family, yeah, they packed her up and sent her away to be part of another experiment, where she was unalived by pneumonia a few months later. As for Donald, he grew to be an adult and eventually became a doctor, until he deleted himself at the age of 42. And to add to whatever seasoned hell this was supposed to be, if you go over to Dr. Kellogg's Wikipedia, he was described as a guy who had no tolerance for those who were unethical. Moral.
It's always the ones that judge the most that are the ones that end up getting, like, all this bullshit. Like, unjust. Those that were unjust and unethical and knew who were the incompetent and scoundrels of science. It's like, dude, you tortured a baby chimpanzee and your own baby for a science experiment. Pot, meat, kettle. Yeah.
Kellogg's Wikipedia, he was described as a guy who had no tolerance for those who were unethical. Moral of this video, Thanos should start a GoFundMe. I'm starting to think he was onto something. Some stories just make you want to go off the grid and avoid humanity completely. And while that may not be an option for you with NordVPN, your internet can.
Oh.
Yeah, not my best transition. I'll be better. NordVPN creates encrypted tunnels for your data and protects your identity by hiding your IP address. Like a snow leopard in the mountains, you can observe the world without having to worry about being tracked yourself. I'm not going to tell you where he is.
Can you see him? Can you see the snow leopard?
If you haven't seen,
I swear when my eyes focus on it, I'm gonna be like, oh shit. I'm thinking right here. But probably not. Like, knowing my dumbass, I'm dead. I'm gonna say over here, but it could be fucking up here for all I know. I do not see it either. Like, I think we're dead.
seen him by now, just know you've already died twice. NordVPN allows you to connect to thousands of different servers. If you want to watch SpongeBob on Netflix but can't because America loves to gatekeep, just know Australian Netflix will gladly accept you. With NordVPN, you get all the perks of living in the land down under without also having to pay taxes to kangaroos. And without having to pay states for toilets. You have any idea how dangerous toilets are? Then you never have to feel like you're giving up speed for security. And with NordVPN's threat protection, you can enjoy your online experience with whatever that may be. I really don't judge. Without also having to worry about ads, trackers, or malware. So to protect your data and get the most out of your streaming service, make sure you go to nordvpn.com/casualgeographic to score a huge discount available only for a limited time. And with Nord's money-back guarantee, it's basically risk-free. You want to know what's not risk-free? Having a chimpanzee as a pet. Oh, trust me, this is going somewhere.
What?
After this ad, though. Here's why you should never give a chimpanzee Xanax. Sounds like common sense.
Wait,
but
what?
It's not that common.
Never give a chimpanzee. Who gives a chimpanzee Xanax? Honestly, same. But,
Travis was a 13-year-old, 200-pound walking life lesson that lived with his owners in Stamford, Connecticut. He spent his entire life around people and was basically treated as one of them. He would do things like use the family computer, watch baseball on TV, he knew how to open doors with keys, and sometimes he'd drink wine out of a glass after a long day. Everyone knew
I
him,
mean,
and he
fucking
would
same,
police
Travis.
officers whenever he would see them around in the neighborhood. I want you to remember that for later. Travis even drove a car, and he did it more than once. It's like if this dude was an actual member of society. Now, what would happen in 2009 wasn't out of nowhere. The red flags were there. He once climbed out of his owner's car and held up traffic for hours looking for a man that threw an empty bottle at the car. And there was one incident where Travis bit a woman's hand and tried to drag her into a car. But none of that was as bad as 09. I'm not gonna make that joke because this was honestly one of the most traumatizing things I've ever seen. Because one day in 2009, Travis left the house with his owner's keys and the owner and her friend Charlotte Nash tried to get him back. The only problem was Nash used his Tickle Me Elmo to try to bribe him back into the house. And seeing someone else hold his Elmo pissed Travis all the way off. Travis brutally mauled Nash, tearing out her face and limbs and not even stopping when his owner hit him over the head with a shovel. And as the attack got worse, his owner had no choice but to literally stab him in the back. And a literal butcher knife to the back only made Travis angrier. Eventually, police were called. The same police from
This is the one.
It took multiple bullets just to get Travis to stand down. Travis limped back to the house, went to his cage, and passed away. The victim survived the attack, but Travis had ripped over 90% of her face off, like lips, eyes, nose, they were all gone. And I am telling you right now, do not Google that if you have a weak stomach. Those pictures personally f***ed me up for days when I first saw it. At the time, we didn't really know what set Travis off. Some sources said it was because Charlotte Nash was holding his Elmo. Others say it was because Nash had a different hairstyle that day and that freaked him out. But a toxicology report confirmed that Travis the chimpanzee had Xanax-laced tea the day of the attack.
What?
Travis's owner obviously got sued, but then she died of an aneurysm just a year later. It was just bad for everyone involved. But at the end of the day, the lesson here is the chimpanzee never went crazy. The chimp just went chimp. This man was attacked by an animal with a name that might just get me canceled. This is the work of Trombiculidae. But they're also known as, guidelines you better not homie, chiggers. A word that sounds like it has the potential to offend multiple ethnicities. not to be confused with a species of parasitic flea known as jiggers. And honestly, I don't know what sounds worse. Chiggers, or chiggas, which is apparently less offensive, is a type of mite found all throughout the world, but the most infamous ones are found in the southeastern US, Midwest, and Mexico. I low-key forgot the warning, so if you don't like bugs, this might not be the video for you. Cause chiggas don't really bite, they'll actually just burrow themselves into your skin, make a little hole, and then spit out enzymes that break down skin cells, which is exactly where the swelling and irritation comes from. The worst part is, you usually don't start itching until after the larvae falls off you. It's like you're not allowed to suffer until they're done with you. And once they are, they fall to the ground where they end up becoming their harmless adult forms. And normally the bumps they leave heal on their own. Also, the chiggas in North America usually don't carry disease, they're just really annoying to be around. But yeah, I can't tell you who named them, but I can tell you they did not have a good home life. And I feel like someone owes me reparations for making me say it. So somebody sent me this, and I actually think there's the right answer here, but first, I'm actually curious. Which one would you choose? Like, which one do you think you'd have the...
In order to receive $37 million, you have to survive 37 minutes in a one-bedroom apartment, no windows or doors, with one of these guys. So we got a jaguar, a Komodo dragon, a silverback, and a rhino. In all honesty, I know rhinos can be dangerous, but I feel like out of the four of them, the rhino is going to be like the least maneuverable in a one-bedroom apartment. And like, yeah, he can go through walls, but that could also be my exit too. And I feel like the rhino would also be like the most docile out of the four of these, in all honesty. Like, yeah, the rhino would be pissed that I'm near it, but the jaguar is gonna try to eat me. The gorilla is gonna be very territorial as well, and can maneuver. That rhinos are blind. Not sure if that's true. I'm not sure either, but you know what? And the Komodo. Oh, there's nowhere I could go in a one-bedroom apartment where the Komodo would not be able to get me. So I'm gonna go with the rhino. Like, I'm probably still gonna get murked, but rhino's gonna be my choice here.
The best shot with. Off rip, we can go ahead and eliminate the rhino. For a couple reasons. Rhinos have really bad eyesight and even worse anxiety. Mostly because they have to share a zip code with animals that would literally eat them balls first. Life is multiple choice and rhinos consistently choose battery. So if this anxiety-riddled warhorse has a panic attack near you, you will be a chalk outline. The Komodo's an instant game over too. Because Komodos don't flatline their prey with bacteria the way we thought they did. This homicide gecko is actually venomous. And they've been known to dig out human graves and eat the corpses, so don't think you can't get meat prep too. One bite and it's credits, and there's nowhere in the apartment you can go where this 10-foot leather assault weapon can't get to you. Now the jaguar is actually an interesting one. Jaguar attacks on people are really rare, they're usually in self-defense. So you'd actually have a better chance of surviving in a room with a jaguar as long as you don't provoke it or do anything to make him think you're food. However, jags are solitary, and in a one-bedroom apartment, if that jaguar feels like you're in its space, it could be lights out. Which is why your best shot is actually with the gorilla. They're natural pacifists that won't waste the calories attacking something that they don't view as an immediate threat to them. So as long as you don't look him in the eye, or smile at him unless you're trying to be Harambe's roommate, your best chance at winning and, living is with the gorilla. I want to show y'all something. So I made a video on this, and a lot of people are commenting how they choose the Komodo since all they'd have to do is climb a counter or just wait there for 30 seconds.
Wait, what?
Some even said they can manhandle the leather assault weapon if they needed to. I'm not going to talk about how Komodos can be nearly 10 feet long. I'm not going to mention the fact that young Komodos can climb trees. And I'm certainly not going to acknowledge the fact that out of all the animals here, Komodos are the only ones that will actively eat humans. Nah, I'm not going to talk about any of that. Instead, I'm going to show you this. No further comment.
Okay. Ah. So we're going to close. And let's go over here to Slaptam. Eerie footage leaves even the experts stumped.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham.
Hi.
This is the place where we curate the scariest clips going around the internet. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
Slaptam.
The Nevada State Prison, a chilling testament to 150 years of dark history, is known not only for its infamous executions and violent riots, but also for the paranormal activity that continues to haunt its abandoned halls. In July 2023, the YouTube channel Ghost Vex's Paranormal ventured into the notorious prison to investigate its eerie reputation. The episode has left viewers questioning the reality of what lurks beyond the prison's cell bars. Built in 1862, the Nevada State Prison in Carson City has witnessed countless grim events, from violent riots to the execution of 32 inmates in its gas chamber. The site's dark past has made it a hotbed for alleged ghostly encounters.
Okay.
Visitors frequently report disembodied voices, shadowy figures,
Oh,
and unexplained sounds echoing
Sha.
through the corridors.
This is the
The
stuff that I
third
would
floor
love to
cell
go
block
to.
in the death chamber
Like,
are
I would
particularly
love
notorious
to
for
go
many
on these
describing an oppressive,
investigations.
sorrowful energy. Some visitors claim to feel breathless and uneasy in these areas.
But then again, I
Others
also
report
used
hearing
like
loud
the
bangs, whistles, and blood-curdling
scientific
screams.
method when it comes to
Adding the
message
terror, the
investigations
serial
like this.
killer Carol Cole,
Like,
the first person executed by lethal
I never
injection in
jump to,
Nevada, is
oh, that was a
believed to target
ghost.
women
No,
who
it's
enter
always,
the prison.
okay, what could do that?
The
Okay,
investigation
that.
begins with a
Usually the
nighttime
most
walkthrough
logical
of the
answer
pitch
is
black
the
prison.
answer. But it's a good way to, like,
Using only a night vision camera, the
proving
investigator leads
stuff
viewers
before
through
jumping
the
into, like,
corridors.
it's a ghost!
Can you make a noise for me?
It's a
Almost
spoopy!
Immediately, unsettling sounds echo through the prison.
Let me know where you are.
It's just that, when you can't explain something, okay, maybe that might be
Later, while
paranormal.
navigating the cell blocks, the uploader shows viewers what he sees with his naked eye.
Do you want to see what I'm seeing right now?
Absolute pitch black.
This is with night vision on. That's what I see right now.
I can kinda see down there.
As the exploration
Like, there was
continues,
some sort of
the
light
tension
down there.
heightens.
Alright, I'm gonna head back.
At one point, the night vision camera captures something chilling at the end of a corridor.
That
If we
might
try
have
to go
just
in
been a
slow motion, there
flashlight
appears to be a
reflection
faint apparition
in
moving
all,
from left to
well, not
right.
flashlight, like the IR sensor for the infrared.
Whatever it is, it's barely visible.
That
but
could
it is
have been
stealthily
that.
there.
Like,
Fans of Ghost
there's a
Vex's
lot of
Paranormal
reflective
are calling this
surfaces
footage
around him.
compelling evidence of the prison's
So
haunted
I'm not gonna jump
reputation.
to say
The
apparition,
combination of eerie
but
sounds and the fleeting
it's
apparition has
definitely
convinced many
something.
that Nevada State Prison is home to lingering spirits. However, skeptics question whether the apparition might just be a trick of the camera or shadow.
Or
For
maybe
those
just the
intrigued by the
IR
paranormal, the
lights,
Nevada State Prison
sensors,
Preservation
just
Society offers
reflecting
tours
off
to this
of the
haunted
multiple
location.
reflective surfaces.
Visitors can explore its grim history from its
Like, I know
notorious
you-
gas chamber to the cells that once
It's
held the
infrared.
state's most dangerous inmates. But be warned, you may encounter more than just historical artifacts. YouTube user Devil's Gam 619 has been
Booyaka
captivating
booyaka?
with a chilling
619,
series of
hey?
videos showing alleged paranormal activity in an abandoned property. The footage, uploaded over several weeks, depicts unexplained movements and eerie occurrences that locals attribute to the presence of a jinn, a supernatural entity rooted in Middle Eastern folklore. The first set of clips show some bizarre activity unfolding. This continues for some time.
Why can we not see the other side of the door? Let us see inside the room.
In a follow-up video, the activity intensifies.
Okay.
Doors continue to open and shut violently.
Chair could have been on
as if
wire,
unseen
honestly,
hands are
but
controlling them. Chairs slide across the floor with a force that suggests something beyond the natural. One clip even captures a rake seemingly moving all by itself.
People are all the scariest things. Ooh, okay.
Things take a sinister turn when the explorer discovers an old weathered doll inside the property. As the video unfolds, the doll appears to shift and rock on its own. The activity continues for several minutes, with the doll's movements seemingly growing more and more deliberate. This chilling sequence has led many to wonder whether the doll could be a vessel for a supernatural presence. Jinn, often referred to as genies in Western culture, are supernatural beings from Islamic and Middle Eastern folklore.
I mean, okay.
According to legend,
Pop
jinn
off.
are made from smokeless fire and exist in a parallel
Put the
realm
doll
with
back.
humans.
Yeah.
They're believed to possess free will, capable of both good and evil acts. In folklore, jinn can attach themselves to objects, places, or even people. Their
Drop kick
presence
the
is
doll,
often associated
exactly.
with unexplained phenomena, such as the movement of objects, strange noises, or feelings of
Got a
unease.
full-on doodle
Some
bobbin.
believe jinn can haunt abandoned locations, especially those tied to tragic events or
Heimenheim!
The videos by Devil's Gam have sparked intense debate among viewers. While some see the footage as compelling evidence of jinn activity, others remain skeptical, suggesting the events could just be staged or manipulated.
I'm definitely
Could this
feeling
abandoned
like
property
some of
truly
this
be
could have
haunted by
been
a jinn?
staged.
Or is there a more earthly explanation waiting to be uncovered? The mystery remains unsolved.
Like, in all honesty, you'd be surprised how much you could get away with just a little bit of fishing wire.
Here's a quick and eerie one uploaded to Instagram by user Terra's Reels. This young boy is deeply engrossed in a VR video game and doesn't notice the strange things going on around him.
Okay. Jimmy, just keep playing the game. Just keep playing the game. Pretend like somebody's touching you right now.
But before long, the activity becomes too strong to not notice.
Mom! Stop! Where are you, Mom?
Something appears to tug at the boy's shirt. The boy calls for his mum, but she never responds.
Mom! Mom! Stop!
Many are calling this
Ghosty
evidence
wanted
of
to give him a
poltergeist
wedgie.
haunting. One commenter said his fear is giving it fuel to continue.
Yeah, it does.
Some
Like,
spiritual attachment. Amusingly, another commenter, Chi2938, said, "Why did his mum take 3 working days to arrive? Jesus Christ." So what do you think's going on here then? As always, I'll throw this one
your
out
mom
to
will get to you in
viewers.
3 to 9 business
Judgment.
days.
Mom! Stop! Where are you, Mom?
Reddit user Gloomy Molasses 6108 recently shared a pair of unsettling trail cam photos from southwest Ohio, sparking intrigue and debate among online communities. The images, captured an hour apart, show a peculiar and unexplained development that's left many
really?
scratching their heads. The first photo depicts a typical hunting area with nothing out of the ordinary. Just a
Because she
clean
was
patch
flicking
of
the
forest
lights, yeah.
captured by the motion-activated camera. However, the second photo is where things take a mysterious turn.
It's always on
On
the second
right-hand
one.
side of the image, a faint figure appears.
Wait, am I covering up?
The outline suggests the shape of a head.
Yeah, I'm covering up. Hold up, let me go to the other side of the screen here.
Head and torso, but the details are hazy, adding to the eerie quality of the shot. Adding to the mystery, the user noted an unusual temperature fluctuation between the two photos. While weather data for the day showed only a slight drop in temperature.
Okay, here we go. Okay. One. So. Alright, it looks like something was there, but, like, at this point, it literally could just be Jimmy from down the holla with, like, just his boots and pants on. And an axe right here just to fuck with you. You know?
Cam recorded a sudden 10-degree difference, a detail that some commenters believe could hint at paranormal activity. The user, though hesitant to jump to conclusions, sought answers from the Reddit community. Some suggested the figure might be a trick of light or shadow, while others speculated about the possibility of a person or even a spirit caught on camera.
I think it's more likely a
The combination of
person.
figure's ghostly appearance and the sudden temperature anomaly has fueled discussions about whether this could be
It's
a
also
genuine
darker.
paranormal capture.
And it usually gets
Whether it's an
about 10
optical
degrees
illusion,
cooler
a
at night.
misidentified intruder, or something more otherworldly, the photos have certainly captured the imagination of viewers. A video recently uploaded to Reddit shows what appears to be a classic saucer-shaped UAP hovering in the skies over Costa Rica.
Alright. Blessing it made you feel better. And someone was Now to the reason why I paused the video. Do we really have to say UAP? Like, we all know UFOs. Like, why do we have to say UAP? I know it's the technical military designation for it now, but, like... Okay, ads coming up in 3 minutes. So we'll keep going for another 3 minutes and pause for ad break.
The footage has captured attention for its clarity and the apparent behavior of the object. Despite audible gusts of wind throughout the video, the object
Right?
is entirely
Dun dun dun
unaffected,
dun dun
ruling
dun
out the
dun dun
possibility of
dun
it being
dun
a
dun dun.
balloon, according to viewers.
Guys, that could literally just be a kite or a balloon. Like, somebody let go of the Party City helium.
The video has ignited discussions not only about the UAP itself, but also about the timing of its release. One Reddit user questioned why
Neon
so
Fall
many
Mind
UFO
Link.
videos from previous years are suddenly surfacing, asking, where were these videos until now? Why post it now and not immediately? This release comes shortly after the bombshell UAP congressional hearings earlier this month, which reignited global interest in UFO phenomena. During the hearings, whistleblowers and government officials hinted at the possibility of advanced non-human technology, fueling speculation about a slow drop.
That's apparently in the ocean.
Preparing the public for more revelations. The timing has left many
I don't
wondering
trust
if
it
the surge
still.
in UAP footage, like this Costa Rican sighting, is part of a broader trend. Are we witnessing an increase in UAP activity?
Honestly,
Or is this
that could
previously
just
hidden
be a
footage
balloon or a
finally making its
kite
way into
that
the
got
public
loose.
domain? Could this be evidence of an impending mass disclosure, as some speculate? For now, the Costa Rican saucer remains unexplained, adding yet another layer of intrigue to an already fascinating time for UFO enthusiasts and researchers.
Alright, minute before we
Reddit
pause.
user Loey Hataki99 has captured the internet's attention with a chilling photo allegedly showing a ghostly figure in a church in Rosario, Argentina. The image,
what?
taken in 2017 during a school activity, reveals what appears to be a little girl in a white dress standing at the bottom of a staircase. A girl who wasn't there during the time the photo was taken. According to the
See,
uploader, the eerie event
that
unfolded
honestly
when a group
feels
of
like that
students
could
explored a
have been-
restricted area of the church located behind their school.
Like, with how
This
clear
area,
that
typically used
is.
as a storage space for religious artifacts, was only open that day for school activities. One of the students.
That
used the
honestly
photo
feels
as
like
they
it
climbed
could
the
have been,
stairs.
like,
It wasn't until the photo was shared later in their group
oh,
chat,
Cindy,
a haunting
just
figure
stand behind
surfaced.
Greg, who's wearing a
In
full
the
ski
photo,
mask while
Greg
you
is
wear
seen
the
ascending
decrepit.
stairs,
This is
with a fellow
Halloween!
student standing at the top. However, at the bottom of the stairs, a translucent figure of a young girl dressed in white seems to linger. The poster assures viewers that no one else was present and the figure wasn't visible to the naked eye. Here it is zoomed in and brightened up. This unsettling image aligns with local legends surrounding the church and school. One tale speaks of a spirit named Angie said to appear in the school.
Oh, we're in
bathroom if her
an
name was
ad.
mentioned.
I'll take us back. I didn't see the timer. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 All right. While we're in ads, I'm going to go refill my cup. I'll be back. Alright. There we go. We can go back to playing. We got some spiced ham going on right now. Alright.
That day for school activities. One of the students snapped a photo as they climbed the stairs. It wasn't until the photo was shared later in their group chat that the haunting figure was noticed. In the photo, a boy
Oh,
is
it
seen
didn't go
descending the
through?
stairs with a fellow student
the hell?
standing at the top. However, at the bottom of the stairs, a translucent figure of a young girl dressed in
All
white
right.
seems to linger.
Yeah, this just looks like it could have been Halloween. Like,
The poster
Dan's
says,
climbing
"Yes,
up the
no one else
stairs
was
in his
present.
full-ass
The
ski
figure wasn't
mask.
visible to the naked eye." Here it is zoomed
Actually,
in
that's
and
just a
brightened
trash bag
up.
behind his head. But still. Like, Cindy, just stand behind
This
Dan.
unsettling image aligns with local legends surrounding the church and school. One tale speaks of a spirit named Angie, said to appear in the school bathroom if her name is mentioned 3 times.
Angie.
Others claim a
Angie.
young girl died in the church, her presence still felt in its shadowy halls. The staircase where the figure was photographed leads to a storage area not accessible to the public, heightening the mystery of how or why the little girl's apparition appeared there.
Okay.
As the photo circulates online, it has sparked heated discussions. Skeptics suggest it could just be a trick of the light or an accidental optical illusion caused by the camera's flash reflecting off nearby objects. Others argue the photo is one of the clearest examples of paranormal activity.
I mean,
citing
yeah,
the figure's
it
distinct
could
form
be,
and
but it could
eerie placement.
also easily be a
So
fake.
could
Like,
this be the spirit of the
scientific
girl
method
rumored
tells
to haunt
me
the church,
that the
or is it all just an
easiest
optical
explanation
illusion?
is most
For
likely
now,
the
mystery
truth.
remains unsolved, leaving viewers to decide whether this photo is evidence of the paranormal or just an uncanny coincidence.
I'm thinking uncanny coincidence. Like,
Coming up in our last segment in just a few seconds, we take a look at a spooky little clip coming out of Colombia. Before we do,
Colombia.
remember to hit that subscribe button and then tickle that little bell
Yeah,
icon to
hit
turn
that
on all channel notifications.
subscribe,
That way
guys.
you'll be notified every time we drop our scary and creepy content.
Spooky.
Our last clip of the day was uploaded to TikTok by user Tartus Castablanco0.
All right, Tatus, what
This
you got
beauty
for
salon
us?
in Colombia is filming a quick update for their socials when the camera seems to catch something quite eerie indeed. Take a look.
What am I? What? Oh, somebody poking out behind the sign?
There appears to be a gaunt, grey-looking child peering out from behind the sign.
That could
The clip
literally
quickly
just
went
be.
viral, with commenters spooked by the eerie sighting. While many claimed it's just a child playing around.
Veronica, get behind the sign.
Noting
Peek
the
your head out.
ghostly appearance.
Do it for the TikTok.
So, is this just a hoax to drum up some publicity, or did the camera inadvertently catch a trapped spirit? I'll leave that up to you to decide.
Stick your head out, Veronica. Don't let him see the Adidas jacket you're wearing.
Do you want spooky clips in your feed every single day of the week? Then head on over and subscribe to our Slaptam Shorts channel. This is short form content designed to give you a spooky squirt of dopamine between our main episodes. So head on over, hit subscribe, interact with the channel, and I promise
Yeah, they
you'll see
would.
more and more of the feed.
Like, I'm gonna be the guy that's
Now,
like,
if you
I
want
don't
more
know.
scary video clips, then hit these 2 links right there. Also, remember to subscribe to our other
I can't hit any link right there.
2 YouTube channels.
There we go.
Slaptam Mysteries for more in-depth, creepy, true crime style content. We've also got Slaptam Shorts, which is short form, quick fire content. There's some links to both channels in the description box down below there. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.
Pew! Alright, let's see. That was a good, like, let's head over to this one. This is I made the world's most powerful hammer from I Did a Thing. So, you're not hitting hard enough. I mean, yeah. So, here we go. Ah, no.
Hey guys,
I've done that
I'm still in
before.
lockdown.
Ah.
I'm bored, really bored. So bored, I've been finding ways to make mundane activities more of a challenge and dangerous. But so far, haven't found anything exciting enough. But then I saw the experts, Mexicans. So today, I'm gonna make my version of their hammer.
What?
And even though I'm thoroughly sick of lockdown and
Let me grab a drink.
If you guys have a prime,
Slap that prime on the table like a big fucking cock. Show everybody
that
you have big fucking
fucking dick
penis.
today and slap that prime on the fucking table right now.
Yep, if you guys have a Prime, Amazon Prime account, you guys can link that to your Twitch, and it gives you 1 free subscription. So you guys can feel more than welcome to slap that Prime right on my face like a big fucking cock. So, if you guys got a Prime, slap that Prime right there on my cheek. And you guys can skip the ads. Ayo. Yeah. Hot. That's my line, Luna. All right. This man wants to face death.
being unable to do stuff. Luckily, today's sponsor, NordVPN, allows me to travel the world wherever I want. Here are some photos of me on my recent trip
more
to
NordVPN. Now you guys have to choose.
New York key. I've been a Nord customer for years and love the fact
Not
that
the
it's
Twin
easy to use with a
Towers.
single click, allowing me to access over 5,200 servers in 60 countries that gives me the fastest speed of any VPN out there. It also protects all my internet data behind its ultra-secure wall of next-generation encryption, which is great when I'm being dodgy. Let's say I'm sick of being in Sydney, where the COVID cases are too high. I just change my location, and now I'm in Singapore, watching and hanging out with the cast of Singapore Social. It just takes one click, open the map, click on the location, and you'll be connected in seconds. So, to protect your data and to get the most out of streaming services from all across the world, just go to nordvpn.com/ididthing.
Heck you, I say what I want. I mean,
with a
okay,
huge
that
discount.
makes
what are you waiting
sense.
for? Go use my switch now and go start surfing all over the world today. All right, now
Me
some of
too,
you
I did a
probably
thing.
already know I'm not the first to copy the Mexicans with explosive hammers. And an
Goddamn,
Australian
Lupin.
company, Ramset, beat me to it, making this, which is used to drive nails through brick and metal. And I could just buy one of these, but look at that price, $1,000. I'm definitely better off making my own. So the first thing I did was buy a $2,000 lathe. Okay, so this is my plan.
To
I
protect
collect
yourself
all
from
scrap
Neo
metal in my
invading your
box.
computer, get NordVPN.
Which I reckon I can combine to make this.
Oh,
It's pretty simple, just a block of metal in 2 pieces with a swivel point here. Then you put the nail inside with a charge
Okay.
behind it,
Oh.
and when I hit the nail here, it moves back and hopefully sets off the charge, firing the nail out the end. And some of you might recognize some
Okay, I
similarities
did that
between this
once.
and stuff made here.
I judge people's search history
He's about to
once.
copy my steel-toed croc video and make it much better. then I'm allowed to copy his video and make it much worse. And that's my idea. But I don't actually think I have the skills to make this, since this is my first time using a lathe, and so far I've only made this.
Oh.
So hopefully making the hammer is similar. And unlike
Ayo.
this, which is made from round bar and fits in the 3-jaw chuck, I'm
Layer
using
base.
square bar,
Ayo.
which
What?
doesn't fit. So either I add a jaw on the side, or use this 4-jaw chuck. And this sounds like an easy solution, but when you put material in a 4-jaw chuck like this, it needs to be centered using one of these. And I hate being precise. I always avoid it, but now, thanks to this tool, I have the ability to tell how unprecise I am, accurate to 1/100th of a millimeter. This is dumb. I feel like nothing I do makes any sense. I hit this side, and now this side has moved in. And then I turn this thing, and now the whole thing's the wrong way.
Wait, what?
But after mucking around with it
What?
for ages, I seem to have gotten the piece roughly in the middle. So I brought in the tool to do a cut across the face. And lathing is a lot of fun and really makes you feel like a man with a big manly tool. Mainly because it allows me to finally grow facial hair.
No.
And that facing cut feels pretty smooth. And after comparing it to my face, it's much more flat.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm going to drill a hole in the center of the block. This is the scary part. As if it's not centered.
We did
all
not
the
need the
things
metal
will make
bleeding
fun.
pubes. He's doing this with no shoes on. Hot. Oh. God damn. I did a thing. Do you need a moment?
And this sucks. If I can't get the drill bit out, I'm going to have to start all over. I tried yanking it out by turning the lathe on while holding the other part still, and even tried putting it in the freezer with diced mangoes, which always helps me relax and shrink in size.
I mean,
But nothing worked. But
same.
Then I had a genius idea. I grinded some flats on the side of the drill bit and used this wrench to attempt to turn it out.
Yeah.
Which worked, but I still need to make the hole a little larger. And I've decided from now on, I should definitely use a safer approach and use a dummy and some lubricant.
I mean, wrap it before you tap it, man. You always gotta wrap it before you tap
The
it.
lathe isn't meant to be making this noise. So I just put on some ear protection to fix the noise.
He's
and
giving
that
away the
is
grippers
good,
for
and the
free,
blade
though.
Also fits.
That's pretty perfect.
Okay, the hole is done and seems to be in the center. So I just cut the tip off using the world's most unpleasant tool. And then
This
decided
man
I had
wants
enough
to see
of staring
death.
at these blanks and wanted to see what actually happens if I just hit one with a hammer.
3, 2, 1.
God damn. If Echo was acting like this with his
And now
equipment,
without ear protection for some reason.
3, 2, 1. Oh.
And I don't know
Matt.
why I did that.
Matt.
My ears are
Matt.
literally still ringing
Matt.
while recording this.
Matt.
But I still decided I want to see what happens if I hit it again, but this time with a nail on top.
he has
So I
to
put the
attract
nail
that
on and place the
NordVPN
blank
sponsor
underneath.
some.
And
Yeah.
It's very important I do this in that order so I don't accidentally set off the blank and die. Then I hit it as hard as I could.
2, 1.
And nothing.
Oh.
And again. This time I placed a sharper point behind the blank. And still nothing.
Oh.
And then I tried placing the blank on flat metal and also clamping the device so it doesn't fall onto the ground and then point towards me.
3, 2, 1.
Oh!
God, what the?
Yes, that was an Archer reference.
Holy.
What happened to the nail?
Where did the nail?
It went in sideways!
That is terrifying. Oh, I cannot believe that these say they are weak. I am so glad I didn't buy the strong ones. Let's check upstairs and see if that did any damage. And that works a little too well, which might be my fault, as I spent an hour like a sweatshop worker machining like 100 nails down until I had an airtight fit in the hole of the hammer. And I'm really starting to think I should make myself like a Kevlar apron or something to protect my innards. If for some reason anyone watching has some Kevlar they don't want that they want to send me, hit me up. Okay, moving on with the build, I need to make a hinge between the two pieces. So I decided to just use a store-bought hinge, which will attach to the bottom of some flat bar like this. And now it's time for something else I've never done, which is use this tap and die set to create threads in metal. But first, I thought I'd better read the instructions very, very carefully to make sure I don't die. Then, once it was kind of together, I realized a potential problem with my design, which was that the round could go off when I closed the hinge. Which it didn't, so I set it off with a stick once again. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, it's too powerful, so it went straight through. And let's
Guys, I'm just saying, I hope he owns instead of rents. Like, try it. Imagine trying to explain that to a landlord. So, there's a nail sticking up through this bedroom's floor. Yeah. And there's a hole that looks like a nail went in sideways through the garage ceiling. Yeah. How did it come out of the bedroom floor? Not shaped like a nail hole. Like, long ways nail hole. I did a thing.
go check upstairs again. What? And that works great, but I still decided to swap the hinge out for a more beefy one, which I took from the door of this cabinet. And I like this thing. It's like I'm holding a badly rendered pistol. Now I need to decide on the locks that hold the pieces together. And at first I was going to go with this kind of artistic wanky lock, but I don't actually think it would hold together with the extreme forces on the hammer. So I went with this sturdier one. Then once I tap and not died the rest of the holes, I've essentially got the finished thing. Except it looks really ugly. And after looking online at other kinds of hammers and other stuff, I found this by Adam Savage, which I'm going to take slight inspiration from.
Hellboy's gun?
And after all that grinding, I was curious as to how much metal I had actually lost. So I measured it. And strangely, I gained around 1 centimeter. Then I cleaned up the other pieces using my sick tech deck skills from my childhood.
Yeah, that was Hellboy's gun.
And so far, this has actually been pretty easy. But
Adam Savage on Tested made a prop version of Hellboy's gun. And that's what he's basing this design off of right now.
Now I'm going to try and create an angled section on the side, and I can do this in 2 different ways. The first, by locking the grinding face at an angle, or I can do my favorite method, which is to lock myself at a 45-degree angle so I'm consistent with my grind. And after combining the two, I created this. So then
Okay.
I just did the same thing on the front to create these cute little triangles, which despite my fears, actually look pretty good. So then I attempted the scariest part, which is a rounded groove cut into metal, which blacksmiths and whitesmiths like to call fullers. So I tilted the belt at this sharp angle and started. And while doing this, I actually found the best angle for grinding was when I placed my head right here, which allowed me to see right along the face. But it also means the metal dust gets a good view of my face as well. And after all this grinding, I was starting to create a bit of mess.
Not the sparks
Which
on the
was my fault. But
toesies!
luckily, I had a mate who told me a tip, which was to place a bucket of water directly underneath the grinder, which is actually great, as it keeps me nice and cool while doing this hot work.
Okay.
Okay, the fullers look pretty good, although it is starting to look more like the G word, which I'm too scared to say on YouTube. And this definitely isn't a G, it's a hammer, not illegal, and it's just a homemade, slightly a dodgy version of something I can buy from stores. So then
I mean,
switched
yeah.
to this belt, which I found in the bin of a waxing salon. And the tiny hairs
You
stuck
could
to this
just
belt
wear
give
shoes,
the
yeah.
metal a really nice finish.
My God, that's smooth.
And look at that, I'm proud. It actually all looks good, except these little overhanging lips. So I gave it a labiaplasty. Now you're probably wondering how I'm going to stick a handle on this thing. And so am I. I definitely should have planned how I was going to do that from the start, because now I'm just going to have to go with the easiest, worst option, which is most likely going to ruin all of this work. And I'm going to attempt to weld a piece of pipe here and then just shove the handle in like this. And after a quick test, cutting another piece of pipe and welding that onto another piece of metal, and then hitting that as hard as I can against an anvil.
Not the full-on Looney Tunes
it
shakes.
won't hold. So I just got a piece real hot, squished it in the vise, and then closed my eyes and hoped for the best. And I really hope this doesn't stuff up. This has been my longest project so far and took me a crazy 13 minutes and 59 seconds to get here. And I had to sit through a Nord sponsor and 2 unskippable
Oh my
ads,
God.
so this better work. And after filling the piece up with about an inch of lava, the weld actually looks alright and the piece hasn't deformed. So then I cleaned off the black stuff until it was shiny again, and then did some research trying to decide on the finish for this metal. And one I do like is stone washing, where you etch the metal in
Okay.
acid. Then people on the internet will get that metal and put it in a rock tumbler to get this nice looking surface which protects the metal from rust and looks rustic. And I don't have a tumbler, so I figured out another easy way to make your own. All you do is you get your metal, put it in your pocket with some stones from the garden, and then put it in the washing machine for about an hour, which gives you this. And I decided I don't actually like this very much, so I'm sticking with the shiny finish. But I'm also going to copy what every WOG that moves to Australia does and cover pointless parts of it in gold in an attempt to make myself look more serious.
Okay,
Then
sir.
I grabbed some oil and rubbed it all over the wood before using some quick set epoxy and a bolt to lock the handle in place. Now the instructions
Oh.
on the epoxy don't say you have to panic, but I find I get better
Gooey.
results if I use the wrong size bolt,
Quickly.
which I then have to cut down
Sir.
and then burn myself on.
Please.
I then like to freak out that I'm not going to get the handle in place before the epoxy sets, ruining my whole project, meaning I'm not going to be able to upload a video in time and I'm going to become irrelevant and not be able to upload on YouTube ever again.
God fucking same.
Then I took it back to the beautiful hairy belt to smooth it out. And I do like these hairy belts a lot, but just like the Thai place down the road, I find I get much better results when finishing by hand.
Oh.
And it's done.
Sir! Talking about those types of massages? Are we?
So I decided to do one last vice test just to make sure it all still works.
3, 2, 1.
Oh! How many times is he gonna send a nail through his ceiling?
I don't know why I didn't place a piece of wood there or something. Let's go upstairs. I'm
Is the
very,
roommate
very happy
okay?
with that. This thing is powerful and beautiful. Definitely the coolest thing I've ever made. But I just realized that the vise was definitely adding heaps of support on the side and on the bottom of the hammer. So before I swing it by hand, I decided to put it on this rig, which perfectly recreates how my arm works. Which didn't work. And again.
Oh no.
Then I figured out what was happening. My hammer was working in the vise, but not for the reasons I intended. I thought the nail was moving back and pushing the blank, setting it off, but that wasn't actually happening. Because I was scared and crouching down to make sure I didn't die, I was actually hitting the top of the hammer, not the nail, which meant I was squishing these two pieces of metal together, setting off the blank. So I switched to a shorter nail so that the end of the hammer would actually hit the table.
Yeah,
And
that.
yes. Yes. Whoa. All right, let's have some stuff. That
Just
you
the mom
can
coming out.
to,
What was that?
This fry pan. Oh my god. And it smashed through that.
God damn.
But it is pretty thin metal, so let's move on to some thicker metal, like this a barbecue plate,
All right.
which is 1.5 centimeters thick.
Why does everything have an egg on it? Like, was he just making some eggs before this?
3, 2, 1. Far out, that was a loud one. Okay, it's stuck. Ooh. Whoa. That is punched a clean hole. You can see the punch marks. Or the way that it kind of...
It's the yolk.
The back.
It's all a yolk to him.
And after that success, I think I'm going to take it off the rig and have a go at hitting it myself. And I'm honestly so surprised this
No.
thing hasn't blown apart yet.
Stay.
Even my
I
dented
love it.
weld seems to somehow be holding up. So I stacked up some stuff in front of me and decided to hit this book. Oh my god, I'm terrified of this thing.
How to basic vibes. Yeah.
Three, 2, 1.
Oh, nope. One more time.
3, 2, 1.
There we go.
That was actually fine to hold. Did I go all the way through the table? Went through the book, through the table, through this surfboard I have here, and is sticking out. That is insane.
Not the surfboard.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like that, please subscribe and check out some of my other stuff.
Not the surfboard. Oh. Okay, we're going over to this. How to not get unsubscribed from life by animals. From Casual Geographic. Oh!
So if you're a long-time subscriber, there's a couple of videos that might have brought you here. One of them might be the very first video I ever made. It's still up today, but considering it was a TikTok compilation I slapped together and it was back when I used Apple headphones as a mic, the quality...
Alright, ads are starting. Oh! So... Who's all in chat right now? Can I see that from here? No, I have to open up a thing. The cards killed you. Ah! Luna, why?
Now it's time to leave and
Make it our own. I know that I can't take no more. Make no lie. I wanna see you out that door. Bye, bye, bye. Damn, you saved up 1,000 points for that. Shit. I don't want to know how many points you have. I feel like I would be scared if I knew. If I knew. 15K. Okay. So, guys, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna do a thing right now. Just so that we can keep going. There we go. Nux, welcome to the No Ads crew. If you... I'm just gonna wait 30 seconds just in case, like, the browser doesn't... There we go. Okay. So we can go ahead and continue. Because Nox, you were the only one that wasn't subscribed here.
It's trash. In fact, rewatching that video nearly made me cringe myself into a hernia. And in all honesty, if the views didn't go crazy, I definitely would have vaulted it like nature did the dinosaurs. Or the Bundy Hornets, whatever happened to them? Well, with the recent upgrade in the production quality of my channel, I figured why not remake the video that probably got you here in the first place. So here's how to survive a moose attack. You don't actually have a choice in the matter. You see, the key word here is attack. The road to getting a moose aggravated often comes with a toll price of your life. And honestly, you're probably safer in front of a bear than a 10-foot tank of moose. With predators, you can convince them that you're not worth the effort. But there is no negotiating with something that thinks you're actively trying to turn it into calories. So the best way to survive a moose attack is to not even let it get to that point. So here are some
Fucking same.
considering turning you from one of a kind to another in a pine. If a moose stops eating or drinking and suddenly stares at you, you got the moose's attention and it's in your life's interest to give it back. If a moose shows you the whites of his eyes, soon you'll be seeing the sight of God's skies. And if the ears are pinned back, his mind's on attack. And this goes for pretty much all animals. Once the ears go flat, then the next few seconds are going to be very crucial to continuing your way of life. And I don't entirely
Okay, good to know.
But if a moose urinates while looking at you, it's a sign of ill intent. I'm guessing it's like a territorial thing, but wherever you came from is where you need to be heading. And if a moose lowers his head and starts approaching you, that is likely the last warning that doesn't come with a hospital bill. Of course, none of that really matters because a four-legged armored truck with the ability to make conscious choices could just choose to
Damn!
be provoked. Because there is no playbook in nature that the Musai is going to follow. At which point, your options are
Damn!
limited, but You're gonna want to get into a car, a shed, or a building, or at the very least put something between you and the moose, like a tree or even a mailbox or something. And if violence is inevitable, you're gonna want to curl into a ball, protect your vital organs, and forgive those who may have wronged you in the past so the hate in your heart doesn't weigh you down as you go to the clouds. But most importantly, don't get up right after the moose stops trampling you, because that could motivate the moose to star in the sequel of your assault. Basically, the whole make yourself look bigger thing, yeah, do the exact opposite with the moose.
Why would I want to keep going without you?
It's not yours. You're dealing
You've
with
been
no
very
more than
talkative
nothing
and
short
I
of a
enjoy it.
magazine with no words or a freed willy is stopping him. You can expect more.
Yeah,
than
they
10%
were.
off when a moose is
They
involved,
do deserve
especially
that.
when
You
it's a
leave the
rutting cat
moose
or a
alone.
rabbit rut. And for those of you that already know what rutting is, I'm 90% sure I know how you know, and I'm 90% disappointed in you. However, the moose usually isn't trying to hurt you, so the less of a threat you are, the less danger you're in. Can't really say that for these guys though. Here's how to survive a chimp attack. Yeah, funny thing about that, either you don't or you wish you didn't. Look, if you already follow me, then you already know what chimps are and what they're capable of. People think they're cute because they look like humans when they should be scared because they act like them too. I actually have a list on how to survive a chimp attack, but if you're in a position where you can get touched up by one, then you've already ignored steps 1 through 5. Step 6 is to lease a coffin. But let's say you effed around and now you're trying not to find out. Don't smile or show teeth, since this can be interpreted as a sign of aggression. It's their version of flashing your piece. Eye contact with a chimp is a good way to make contact with your ancestors, since this can be directly seen as a challenge. However, if a chimp is already coming at you with violence, then it might be time to pick a color for your casket. There is one weakness chimps have that might just save you. Because chimpanzees are built like Michelangelo statues, their relatively low body fat and top-heavy body composition means chimps can't really swim. So if you happen to be near a body of water, diving into the deep end where a chimp can't follow you might be the only thing that saves you. Now here's a video of a chimp doing exactly what I just said they couldn't. So I guess the real advice here is be an organ donor, because at least whatever they find left of you can go on to benefit someone else, because it's not like you're gonna need it. Now let's talk about
Goddamn.
bears. You've probably heard the popular rhyme for bear safety, and that's, if it's black, fight back, if it's brown, get on the ground, and if it's white like a cloud, you're gonna die. But there are some misconceptions with this, and some of those misconceptions could get you put on a shirt, so we're gonna talk about it bear by bear. With black bears, you're gonna wanna fight back. But that doesn't mean just start throwing hands at the bear, because a bear of any kind is folding any man like Sunday laundry. But what you wanna do is make yourself look like a threat. Stand up tall, talk loud and firmly, and if you have a bag or a jacket or something, raise it over your head to make yourself look bigger. Black bears seem to constantly forget who they are and instead choose to identify as overweight raccoons, so they can be intimidated. Now with brown bears, you're gonna wanna get on the ground, but not for the reason some people might tell you. Some people say to play dead, since bears don't like to eat prey that's already past tense. Bears will eat literally anything, including other baby bears, so they're not about to miss out on free protein just because the expiration date might be off. But also, bears aren't stupid. You see, playing possum works for possums because they're not playing. They actually pass out and go into a panic coma where no amount of pushing or prodding wakes them up. Also, they'll drool and release a fat to really sell the bit. So unless you plan on committing to the role that hard, it's not gonna help you. Why you actually get on the ground is to look as unintimidating and non-threatening as possible. So basically, none of the things you do with a black bear. You're gonna wanna lay down, clasp your hands around your neck, and then spread your legs to make it harder to flip you over. But the most important thing, and I cannot stress this enough, do not run. A bear can keep pace with a horse over a short distance, so all running does is guarantee you get made into a memory sooner. Especially since bears are the largest terrestrial predators on the planet while also having the endurance of a CrossFit junkie. And sometimes the bear will test their instincts by charging. Most charges, however, are bluffs, and the worst thing you can do for your health is do a race with a homicide case with paws. Also, whoever said bears can't run downhill was actively trying to sell the human race. Yes, they can, and thinking they can't will be your downfall. But the best way to survive a bear attack is to avoid one in the first place. So if you're ever hiking in bear country, you're actually gonna wanna make noise, which sounds counterintuitive, but making a lot of noise actually tells the bear where you are and allows it to avoid conflict in the first place. Also, since bears have a hypersensitive nose and sense of smell, carrying bear spray can be the difference between going home in peace and resting there in pieces. Bear spray is said to save people from serious injury in bear encounters 98% of the time. God bless you if you're in that 2%. There is a catch though. Everything I just said applies to territorial encounters with bears. If a bear comes at you on predatory timing, then my only advice is to make peace with the higher being of your choosing. Predatory bear attacks on humans are rare, but when they do happen, someone gets put on the news. And that's why if the bear in your presence is a polar bear, then it's up. And by it, I mean your time on Earth. Polar bears are hyper carnivores, so while other bears are omnivorous, polar bears are all meat all the time. And since polar bears can smell their next meal from an area...
I don't know, they look like they would drink a lot of Coca-Cola, though.
There is one tip that says polar bears have ADHD, and undressing and tossing articles of clothing will distract it long enough for you to escape. But unless you have like an unlocked car or a bear-proof house, all you've done is guarantee that you now die naked and cold. And if the bear somehow doesn't get you, whoever finds your body gets to see exactly how your life ended. Now, half the reason I work out is so that if I ever suffer an untimely death, then I can leave behind a respectable corpse. But considering this is probably happening in the ice-chilled Arctic, they'd probably just assume I was compensating for something. If you know, you know. The guys sure do. But yeah, if it's black, fight back.
Yeah.
If it's brown, you better hug the ground. And if it's white like nose powder, then it's finna be your final hour. And speaking of final hour, here's how to survive a hippo attack.
No.
You're not going to. And if you're disappointed by that, then that's a failure of your own expectations. And considering we're like halfway through the video, if you click genuinely looking for hippo advice, and I'm assuming you're watching this from
Snorted so loud.
hippos are the heaviest things on 4 legs without a trunk or a horn. They divide crocodiles without a calculator and subtract an estimated 500 people from the population a year, and if we're being honest, it's probably higher. Show me someone who survived a hippo attack, and I'll show you someone you should get lottery numbers from. So my only advice to surviving this whale Karen throwing a fit is to uninstall yourself so he doesn't get credit for the kill. Unless you're exercising the right to bear absolute heat, in which case I hope he likes seafood because he finna eat some shells. Then again, since hippos are as close as you can get to being bulletproof, self-deletion might be the easiest way out. Ironically, in this entire video, the cougar might be the most survivable out of any animal here. The rules for surviving a cougar are pretty simple. Try to travel in groups, avoid being out at dawn or dusk, and if one tries to offer you a drink, just remember nothing in this life is free. Now when surviving the actual cats, the rules are a little different. You see, cougars are actually naturally wary of people and are perfectly happy avoiding humans. So if a puma ever presses you like in this video, it's likely you accidentally stumbled into some cubs and now you gotta see the mama about it. Back away slowly. All running does is tell the cougar that you're something worth chasing. Also, with ambush hunters, the worst thing you can do when a cat confronts you is turn your back to it, because that makes it more likely to pounce. You're gonna want to stand up tall and back away slowly while speaking in a loud, firm voice. It doesn't matter what you say. You can
I love mountain lions. I really do.
Loud enough for the cougar to hear you.
No, you dude. I'm trying to attack me, you guys look away from you. Dude.
Look at them Pete's. Yeah.
Come on.
This guy in the video is being real smart about slowly backing up.
If you crouch down to pick something up or take your eyes off the cougar, then you've broken 2 rules in 1 move. Just keep moonwalking and understand that if the cougar wanted you off the census, you'd already be trending on Twitter. This advice pretty much applies for big cats too. However, if you find yourself staring down a lion, first of all, it probably took a lot of bad life decisions to end up there, and it's likely your fault. But pay attention to its tail. If it's swaying from side to side, that means the lion feels threatened, which is good because that means it can still be negotiated with. But if the tail's rigid and not moving at all, then it's likely a predatory encounter, in which case the only thing up for negotiation will be the cost of your casket. In tiger country, it's often advised to wear a backwards mask to convince the ambushing big cat that it's already lost the element of surprise. But with tiger attacks on the rise, it's likely the striped demons are calling the bluff. Bluffing's probably your only option against a kangaroo. Like with the moose and the brown bear, your goal is to convince the steroid rabbit that you're as little of a threat as possible. And you do that by avoiding eye contact and not facing the macropod directly. And if a kangaroo starts putting the paws on you, you're gonna wanna curl into a ball, take the hits, and pray. Because if the kangaroo hauls off and kicks you, you're probably not getting back up. But if you want a kangaroo cheat code, lower your head, keep your hands close to your body, and cough. A deep cough is similar to the sound weaker males make to submit to a bigger, stronger alpha-roo. It's basically giving the kangaroo the right of way. As you can see, this woman failed to cough and now she's coughing up a kidney. So I guess with kangaroos you have 2 choices. You can either have a coughing fit or be fit in a coffin. But you don't have options when you're dealing with the most dangerous animal humanity's ever seen. And that's because it's humanity itself.
Yeah.
So if you ever happen to wake up and find that you're a wild animal, here's how to survive a human attack. First is to understand that you are likely screwed, and any outcome that doesn't end in one less of you likely will end in something worse. And the sooner you can accept that, the sooner you can be at peace. Now humans may look like the light work of the great ape group, being significantly weaker than orangutans, gorillas, and chimps. But they make up for it. The same way that bullied kid makes up for years of torment with a suspiciously shaped duffel bag in the intent of lighting up the school like a Christmas tree. You can try, but the Homo sapien race used to literally chase their prey into heat stroke, since they're able to sweat and cool down while actively running you into the ground. Of course, that's when they hunted with spears. Now they use their father's boomstick to blow you off the census, while still being too far for you to add any input to the matter. Make no mistake, without claws, venom, or a strong bite force, an unarmed human might seem like an easy W. Until you realize that humans work as a
Still not over that one pic of a kangaroo pissed because he couldn't trick that one person into getting in the water. Yeah. Also, never let your dog around a kangaroo because dogs look like dingoes and the kangaroo will kill your dog.
massive monkey mafia, where if you hurt or murk one of their own, they exterminate your entire family. And honestly, that's the nicest thing they'll do. Because the other option involves being captured and taken as a spectacle in their society, where they will imprison you, break you down, and punish you for being yourself, just like high school. But the worst part of it all,
Just like
when the
high
juices
school.
hit the fan and someone gets put on a shirt, they'll blame you for being what you've always been. They'll slaughter hundreds of millions of your kind and then gaslight you to convince themselves that you're the problem, all while actively destroying the natural order that existed billions of years before them. Because humans aren't God, but they sure love to play it. So the only way to survive a human attack is to readjust your goals and just enjoy the show before a hairless oppression monkey with a superiority complex comes by and cancels it. But that's gonna do it for this video. For more consistent content, be sure to follow my
Hairless
Instagram
oppression
and TikTok.
monkey.
I try to post daily on both. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out my new book on 100 deadly animals that can RSVP your place in a cemetery. And if you'd like to support this channel beyond just subscribing, my Patreon's also in the description. But other than that, drink water, hug your mother, and be safe out there. Because the only thing more of a menace than the animal behind the cage is the one outside it.
All right. Oh. We're gonna go with this slapped ham, which is truly scary videos that need to be shown.
Callan, and this is Slapped Ham. You're about to see some of the scariest video clips that are trending on socials right now. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this. In a chilling video posted to TikTok by user elkakui.tv, a bizarre and unsettling scene unfolds outside a storefront.
¿Ves que parece como si nos estuviera mirando? ¡Qué horror! ¡Amor! ¡Amor! ¡Parpadeó!
The man, audibly unnerved, insists that one of the mannequins is staring directly at him.
¿Ves que parece como si nos estuviera mirando?
Take a look.
She's just trying to ask if you want to build a snowman.
¡Amor! ¡Amor! ¡Parpadeó!
As you can see, the mannequin appears to blink.
¡Qué horror! ¡Amor! ¡Amor!
Okay.
It's since speculated about the nature of the strange mannequin. Could this be just an editing job, or is there a possibility that the mannequin
Honestly looked like it could be an edit.
In another similar video that's captured the attention of TikTok users, a security guard films another unsettling encounter with a mannequin.
Did painfully.
According to the guard, although the mannequin seemed familiar, something was unnervingly different this time about its eyes. So what's going on with these bizarre mannequin sightings? Love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments down below.
Si nos estuviera mirando? ¡Qué horror! ¡Amor! ¡Amor! ¡Parpadeó!
I swear.
Hey, please,
Hydrate.
just a quick hiatus in the spooky content because today's episode's been sponsored by Magellan TV. Magellan TV is a documentary streaming service packed with content. We're talking history, science, crime. There's even an amazing selection of paranormal stuff. I've already bookmarked a bunch of
I thought so too, just like, these are straight up edits. Like, what the hell?
Called The Other Side, plus so much more. In fact, they have over 4,000 shows to choose from.
Markiplier's worst nightmare, yeah.
4K standard, plus you can watch from any device. Now, because the spooky season's upon
Yeah,
us, there's a really fun
It
quiz
really
to help
did
you
look
find
like
out which
somebody
mythical beast you
replaced a
are.
mannequin in the store and body painted themselves.
Let's start that quiz. What's your most distinctive feature? How do you handle conflict? Which animal do you connect with most? Right, so my result is the Bell Witch.
So what are you waiting for? Follow the link below, jump into the quiz and find out which mythical beast you are. The fun thing is, when you finish it and find out which beast you are, you'll be linked to an episode of Among Us about the very monster that you got in the quiz. It's fun To back this up, they're offering the first month of
Pain.
Magellan for 99 cents. It's a crazy offer, so follow the link, find out which beast you are, and try Magellan TV. For
Just
the
keep
crazy
trying to
cheap
get
price,
these bears to give me
99
back
cents.
shots.
La Plata Cemetery, located in La Plata, Argentina, is as famous for its architectural as it is for its ghost story. Officially inaugurated in 1886,
You're throwing your meat at my
it's
face
become a
too.
final resting place for many notable figures in Argentinian history.
Slapping me in the face with your
contributing to its
meat.
reputation and mystique. Over the years, La Plata Cemetery has garnered a reputation
Like it's a
for
big
paranormal
fucking prime
activity,
cock.
with visitors and locals alike whispering about eerie encounters within its walls.
You
One of the
see,
most famous ghost stories
that
involves
bear's
the
name is
spirit of a
Teddy,
woman who reportedly roams
and
the cemetery at nighttime.
Teddy has a
According to
problem
local
with going
legend,
ass to
she's
mouth.
searching for her lost child and can be heard weeping near their
Ah!
graves.
Okay, I
There are
deserve
also
that
tales
one.
of statues that bleed from their eyes and crypts that emit unexplained lights at nighttime, further cementing the cemetery's status as a hotspot for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. In a chilling exploration captured on video by the team from Urbex Castronautica, the mystery of the Plata Cemetery are brought eerily to life.
Now why you gotta hit Hoppo with the meat?
As the video begins, the explorers navigate through a labyrinth of tombstones.
Waiting for something.
However, tension soon escalates when they encounter a monument with its protective glass shattered.
Damn.
Inside, bizarrely,
Ow.
lies a lone doll.
I'm a robot? Or a Hoppo?
The journey continues as they stumble upon a vandalized headstone. Another broken monument reveals a casket visibly damaged and exposed, hinting at the neglect or perhaps the nefarious activities that have occurred there. The climax of this eerie tour comes when yet another desecrated grave is found. The explorers, with caution, peer inside, see if you can spot anything out of the ordinary. A pale hand eerily retreats into the darkness of the casket.
Okay.
It's very hard to see unless you brighten the footage. So hard, in fact, that it seems no members of the team saw it at the time of filming. It was only discovered later by several eagle-eyed viewers who watched the video back.
This could just be that the grave robber used the casket to hide.
The crypt is deep and contains multiple caskets. However, it seems that the only way the hand could have come out of the casket is if there was someone actually inside. So could the mysterious hand have belonged to a person? Or was it more likely to be something more paranormal? The line between reality
Honestly,
and paranormal
same.
becomes blurred within the storied confines of La Plata Cemetery.
Yeah, this just seems like humans being shitty.
This next video, uploaded to the TikTok account WV Paranormal, shows a father filming his children while they play in the woods. But take a look what's being caught on camera.
What's that, Dad?
The father urges his children to return to the safety of their house, leaving us to wonder who or what was lurking in the woods.
Yeah. This is straight up digital. Like, I saw that fracturing.
While the video was uploaded with little additional information, it does use the hashtag Appalachia, likely suggesting it was filmed somewhere in that geographic region. Appalachia is located in the eastern United States and is
Does look like a canny from the
southern tier of
forest.
New York to northern Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia. It's characterized by its rugged landscape, primarily the Appalachian Mountains, which are among the oldest mountains on Earth. The region is also a well-known center for paranormal activity, including sightings of ghosts, UFOs, and various cryptids. Cryptids reportedly seen in Appalachia include the legendary Bigfoot and the Flatwoods Monster, with the Mothman being perhaps the most notorious of the region. This creature first came to public attention in the mid-1960s, with the first reported sighting occurring in November 1966. Witness described the Mothman as a large, winged humanoid standing nearly 7 feet tall and with an imposing wingspan of about 10 feet. Its most distinctive features were its glowing red eyes, which many witnesses claimed were hypnotic and deeply unsettling. The legend of the Mothman quickly grew as more sightings were reported over the next year.
Is there a monster that you won't let smash? Just curious.
World War II munitions site known as the TNT area, which is surrounded by dense forests and a network of secluded dark roads. The Mothman's presence is intertwined with a period of heightened paranormal activity in the region, including reports of poltergeists, bizarre lights in the skies, and encounters with mysterious men in black, who are believed to be government agents suppressing information about the creature. The climax of the Mothman saga coincided with the tragic collapse of the Silver Bridge on December 15,
Oh yeah, she would. I bet Luna would stuff the dollar up the butt crack.
Rush hour, resulting in the deaths of 46 people. Some locals theorized that the Mothman sightings were a forewarning of the disaster, leading to the creature being viewed by some as a harbinger of doom. After the bridge collapse, sightings of the Mothman dramatically decreased.
That caked up statue.
Thus, it appears that this region of the US has experienced an unusually high number of cryptid sightings over the years, and this video could potentially contribute another instance to this seemingly expanding catalog.
That just looks so digital.
One more time and let me
like
know
that
what you
looks
think this is in
CGI.
the comments down below.
Let's go back inside. Come on, guys.
In a chilling video uploaded to Instagram by user Unexplained Truth, viewers are presented with unsettling footage of a dog exhibiting some bizarre behavior. The eerie spectacle has sparked a wave of speculation among viewers, with one suggesting that it appears as though something unseen is attempting to take control of the image. The video is also...
Guys. So I had an Australian Shepherd by the name of Dean. My sister named him after Dean Winchester, because our stepdad's name was Sam. Dean had strokes. This looks like the dog is about to go into a stroke, because this is the same type of head movements, exaggerated mouth movements that Dean would exhibit before he's going into a stroke. This dog is having a medical emergency. And people are trying to play it off as fucking paranormal? No, Luna, your Dean is also what you would call the best. I call him a dick, but...
prompted discussions about the heightened senses of dogs, with one commenter proposing that the dog might be
like this swaying, this is those bugging out eyes.
This theory,
the dog's
the long-held belief that
having a stroke,
particularly sensitive to the paranormal.
Like he's about to have a seizure.
A more grounded explanation from another viewer posits that the dog could be suffering from rabies, a serious condition known to cause dramatic behavioral changes. So what do you think's causing the dog to act this way?
A fucking seizure.
Theories in the comments down below.
Oh, it's paranormal. No, that dog's having a medical problem. Yeah,
Bizarre
SpaceX
video
blew up another rocket.
by user NerdLerd, something strange is captured flying through the night sky. While one
Good old
commentator
muskrat
suspected
can't
it's
keep
mythical
rockets in
phoenix
one
rising
piece.
From the ashes, others speculated it's probably just skydivers adorned with
Yeah, it could be
flares,
the Power
adding a
Rangers.
dramatic element to the descent. However, the size and speed of the object depicted in the video have led some viewers to propose a more extraordinary explanation. A plane or even a spaceship engulfed in flames.
No. It could be
As
a
always,
muskrat
though, I throw this
rocket,
bizarre
but
sighting out to you, the viewers, for final judgment.
I don't know what that is. Hi, Ducky.
Before we take a look at our last mysterious clip, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon
Subscribe! Maybe not for this video.
That way you'll be in the loop every time we
Maybe
drop our
not for
scary
this
and
video.
creepy videos. In this last mysterious clip that's been circulating online, we see something rather strange.
It's okay, Ducky.
The snippet of home security footage shows a strange object appearing to float through the air.
Somebody put a glow stick on a fucking clothesline and slid it.
Too close to the lens of the camera, or even dust particles, which can create a glowing effect due to the camera's lighting. However, this mysterious object seems to defy the common explanation of bugs or dust particles.
It's literally just a glow stick.
Whatever it is, the debate continues as enthusiasts and skeptics alike weigh in, trying to decode the nature of the mysterious floating shape captured in this eerie video.
Ghost chat go crazy if I try to.
Now, in case you haven't heard the awesome news, we've launched a brand new second channel. If you want to see the latest episode, check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, there's a spooky playlist there you can binge on.
This one was bad. Like, the last one was, okay, I could point out some of the stuff, but this one...
I'll see you all next time.
That was bad. Okay. It is about that time, however, where I have to get off, or I am not going to get enough sleep for tomorrow. So, if you guys like the React videos, go ahead and join my Discord and let me know what you guys think. If you guys like it enough, we'll probably do it again. But for now, let's see who is up and running right now. We got Kaido. We got Nadia. We got Mike and we got Macy. Okay. Mike, Macy, Kaido. All right. All right. Kaido it is! We will be raiding into Chilled Kaido.
Hi.
I assume
Hello.
the interlude's
You-
probably really short.
Yeah, it's really short.
Okay.
But Anson is
Who
not voice acted, so.
is doing a donathon right now and playing Genshin.
Is.
The small one with white hair.
Oh, okay. Did you want a VA for Anson?
So here we go.
Going back in
maybe,
instant
I don't
noodles.
know. But what was I gonna say? Okay, you're at the part where you have two choices here. You can either finish this act in its
And
entirety today because
raid.
part of it's timed. I don't know what would happen if you leave.